is C8 actually. Thank you. You saw nothing, did you? I was meeting a guy the other day. He told me a lot of stuff. He told me how he think he's looking like. He told me how he think people are thinking about him. And he also told me how he is feeling right at the moment. He told me loads of stuff, and after like half an hour, he finally said, well, I think it's enough hearing me talking about myself all the time. Now, let's hear you talk about me. Well, I think it's a joke, but obviously it's not. Now, I think we all met someone like this, one or two, that we will call they are self-centered. But actually, what is self-centered? Arguably, the most influential psychologist, Sigmund Freud, he said nothing about the definition of self-centeredness. Actually, none of the famous psychologists talk about the definition of self-centeredness. There are many similar definitions, similar theory, like self-awareness, like ego, and like narcissism. But there's nothing called self-centeredness. So I need to go for some simple definition. There are three most commonly used dictionary. First one, the Old Urban Dictionary said, self-centered is an asshole that won't offer a hand to anyone. The second, Oxford said, self-centered people are preoccupied with oneself and his own affairs. And Merriam-Webster said it is too interested in yourself, not caring to others. And I think the second and the third are a bit closer to our general understanding of self-centeredness, right? Perhaps the first one is the one you used to call your friends, okay? But so now I'm trying to use this common sense to talk about self-centeredness without using a scientific definition. When we talk about self-centered, we always give it some negative implication. I believe when someone says you are so self-centered, you won't answer by saying, oh, thank you, it's so nice of you. That's not your answer, right? Because that's a negative implication. But why? I try to do some researches. Actually, I just found out someone else researches. I have three ideas to share with you tonight. First one, being self-centered actually make you unhappy. That's a self-awareness theory, and it suggests that in certain situations, in others we will not. That we people will enter a super self-centered situation, such as when we look into a mirror, when we are standing on a stage, and when we are talking about ourselves, we enter such a situation. That in this kind of situation, we will compare our own behavior with some high standard. And that usually results in a negative discrepancy and makes us feel unhappy because the standard is too high. We just think we will never achieve that. So it will always result in bad mood. For example, yesterday when I was practicing my speech, I suddenly, because I was facing a mirror, I suddenly thought of a really outstanding and brilliant speaker. You see that? Joey? I don't know, but this is the most influential speaker I've ever known. Then because I'm in front of a mirror and I look at myself. This is the kind of discrepancy I was talking about. You see the difference between your ideal prospect and what you really are, and you are really in a bad mood. So, scientific researchers told us the more self-focused we are, the more likely we are to find ourselves in a bad mood, just as I did yesterday. We are more likely to suffer from alcoholism, anxiety, and other clinical disorders as well. So because when we are so self-focused, you always become less happy. Why should we be self-focused? Sorry, I forgot to put it into silence. Okay, it's not part of the speech. Okay? Second point, being self-centered can actually lead to poor social interaction. Why? Because clinical psychology told us social anxiety disorders appear to attend more to how people themselves are doing in social situations and their own internal sensations than more that other people do. I'm not saying people with social anxiety disorder is equal to being self-centered, but focusing too much about how we are doing and our own internal sensations are indeed a self-centered person would do. But why actually would such people be why this is a problem? I was trying to figure that out, and I realized there's no other ways to do that except to play a little drama. So now I'm going to play two roles. One is Ivan, so I would suppose he is the self-centered person, and the other is Kevin. I suppose without glasses I'm Kevin, with glasses I'm Ivan, with self-centered problem. Okay. So now I'm Kevin. Hi Ivan, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? Oh, I stammered. How is he thinking about me? Does he think I'm nervous? Did I behave strange? Ivan, I'm good. Hey, are you going to Toastmaster tonight? Yes, I am. I am. My goodness, I just sucks. He must find I'm nervous. What can I do? So this is actually what will happen to a self-centered person, because he's always so self-focused into his own internal feelings that he fails to interact properly with the other person. Well, I think it's quite like, because this way the two persons are never talking in the same channel. One is focusing on the other. Really? My goodness, okay, forget about that. It's only the middle of my speech. Okay, because they are never on the same channel. So I think talking with a self-centered person is quite like a Martian talking Martian with a human being. At the same time, he's thinking how fluently his Martian is. The third point, being self-centered actually makes your friends tired. Now another theory. Now we see a self-psychology model which suggests that self-importance and self-absorption actually they mask a very fragile self-esteem. So this model is actually suitable. It's actually made for the narcissistic individuals. So that is saying we have a link between narcissistic and low self-esteem. And one very well-known symptom of narcissistic people is they always, because they have a very fragile self-esteem, they always look for constant approval from others. And the most frequent, most easily seen approval is smile. That is, people with self-esteem, a lower self-esteem, always hope someone else to smile at him. Well, I think it's quite normal to expect our friends to smile at us occasionally. But if you expect a friend to smile at you all the time, it just seems a little bit tiring for friends. For example, if your friends are really unhappy, how can you expect him to say, "Oh, I just got a D- in my final. I failed. How are you doing?" And you cannot expect a friend when he's super down and lucky, when he got into an accident, to smile at you and just bring you fun, like, "Oh, I got my leg broken. How are you doing?" And smile at you. You won't expect that, because that's not what we will do. That's not a normal human being will do. So expecting people to smile at us all the time is just unnatural and unrealistic. and actually make your friends really tiring because every time they see you, they need to put on a smile, and that's not what we do. So I think that's actually nothing bad to love yourself. We all do love ourselves, but if we love ourselves by focusing too much on ourselves, it actually hurt ourselves, hurt our relationship, hurt our close friends. So next time, I think if we do care about our own happiness, we can learn to care about other people, because that's the way to bring ourselves happiness. To smile of the evening. Thank you.